One of the benefits to studying cognitive psychology is that as you learn how the cognitive mind works, you can use that knowledge to employ better study habits, which can improve your grades and help you spend less time cramming for exams. And less time cramming for exams means more time for doing what college students do best. Learning is an incredibly complex behavior, and the science of learning includes things like how we remember information in school, how we learn from the environment around us, and how our actions influence what we remember. Cognitive psychology is the examination of mental operations or behaviors occurring inside our heads. So it examines processes we engage in every day without stopping to reflect on the complex series of behaviors that determine what we do or our success or failure. For example, driving to and from work or school without even having to think about which turns are the correct ones to take. Another example might be you meet someone at a party and later you remember details about your new friend, like where they live, where they work, and so on, but you struggle to remember their name. Strategies informed by cognitive psychology can help you remember names, concepts, and much more, and they have a powerful role to play in the classroom. Now, some old ideas about learning die hard. For example, the notion that memory can be improved with practice. That is, if you practice memorizing something like poetry, you'll become better at memorization in general. Even today, some teachers still use this approach, I'm sorry to say, but memory is not a muscle, and working it out doesn't necessarily make it stronger. The 4 strategies I want to introduce you to involve the 3 main types of learning: classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning. The first strategy is retrieval practice. Like a game show, this boosts learning by pulling information out of your head. You can take what you already learned and practice retrieving the knowledge quickly. It's much better than trying to cram information into your head. When doing this quick recall, you're actually practicing locating the information in your mind, and this strategy is based on the cognitive principle known as the testing effect, which has shown that future long-term memory performance can be enhanced when you practice recalling the information over and over again by testing yourself. Cramming for exams does not work, but spaced practice boosts learning by spreading studying and retrieval opportunities out over time so that new knowledge and skills are not crammed in all at once. Take it from someone who's learned the hard way, cramming does not work. But if you use spaced practice and return to your content every so often instead of trying to bite it all off at once, and you use it with retrieval practice, not only does your knowledge become more quick recall, it also becomes more consolidated in your mind. Alright, the third strategy is called interleaving, and I promise it's not as complicated as it sounds. This strategy means to practice a mix of related skills all at the same time, like doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems all in one study session. Because interleaving can slow you down when learning a totally new concept though, this strategy will be most helpful when you're working on your major and have 3 psych courses all in the same semester, because you will already have the basic concepts down. This is a great strategy to use later when your coursework gets a lot harder. This strategy boosts learning by encouraging connections between and discriminating among closely related topics, and has shown to result in greater retention and learning over time. Research has shown that when people are new to learning about a topic, they tend to get a little cocky. This is because your subjective impression of how much you know about a topic is the most inflated when you first begin to learn about it. If you start college with an inflated impression of your learning or your abilities, you'll have no incentive to look at the way you're doing things, and this can cause serious damage to your success. So, and no offense to Mrs. Will, but there are a lot of professors that lecture and there are a lot of classes that are death by PowerPoint. With most classes meeting virtually now, it's never been easier to lose the specifics from a traditional lecture. It's important not to fall back on old habits under the stress of this whole new world that is COVID and college. But using these study strategies, especially finding what works for you and establishing good habits early, will help you have a more balanced life with more time for friends and fun. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it.